Okay, yeah, works. Alright, 16. Yeah, works. Since you have 8 players, only top 8 start. Right,
Oh,
well,
I see you joined this time. That's a bit unusual.
so it's you and me on first game.
Alright, alright. Alright, I kind of already made a lobby. Everyone's in here.
Oh, okay.
Just hop into this one.
Okay. Uh,
You attorney callouts.
what?
The callouts.
I mean, we're only 8, so we're basically doing top 8, so stream everything.
Stream every night. I think that'll take too long. Personally.
Well, we always stream top 8, so I guess we can just stream 2 games then. Round.
Yeah, yeah. First round, like stream 2, and then the rest we can stream it all. Just, I think we go you and me, and then E2 and Cherry, and then the rest can be off stream. Personally. GG. So, deal with arc in your face like that. Yep, they're here. Cherry versus E2. I hear these guys go pretty close, so we'll see how it goes this time.
Got someone.
Holy hell. E2 going ham on the melee with the round start.
Oh, I disconnected.
Big fan of the aggression pushing Hood out of the center. Oh, you disconnected? I can stream it on Discord if you need. Yeah, well, while that was happening, E2 pushed Cherry to the wall with the diamonds, burning that vanish. Unfortunately, he's forced to diamond early and can't push him to the wall. But melee's Cherry getting that heart. E2 bonking on a kunai there. We see both Cherry and E2 now just content to sit at range and just go for shots, but as the wall's closing, that won't work quite as well. Cherry with no advantage to escape the sudden diamond pressure, but now E2 is against the wall. See if Cherry manages to hold the pressure and eventually E2 slips up, bonks it wide. But Cherry takes the first game. E2 with another aggressive round start, but the wide. The classic minefield by Red Hood. Another wide. E2's been trying to sit in the middle of the minefield a bit while spamming diamonds, but oh no, it happens again. Yeah, Cherry has had a pretty dominant lead for these past few cards. Although they've been close, but in the clutch, Cherry seems to have clutched up better, so to speak. Cherry choosing to vanish and pressure E2 out of diamonds, but E2's got his diamonds right back and managed to land a hit with them. And these diamonds just seems to, I guess, hinge on how well E2 can utilize the diamonds in this, and whether he gets interrupted beforehand by the kunai. Red out a vanish there, but it's better for E2 since Cherry's no vanish to escape that setup. Now E2, signs of a comeback. Oh, E2 getting a bit overzealous, runs into a basic. 2-0, but close though.
Annoying window.
Who should we have up on stream next? Hello.
So final stream.
Um, you're in losers round. I think
Yeah,
we.
it's fine. I can just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think maybe we skip losers round 1, and then we can stream everything. Oh, who do you want to put on first?
I guess.
The 2 winners rounds.
I guess we'll go with you first. That's the order.
Alright. Oh, sure.
So, Cherry.
Yep. Alright, ready? Okay, me versus Cherry. This is. Well, I'll play Lich, but just to spoil the rest of the stream, I'll play Lich against a Red Hood. Cherry opting for the focus kunai round start. It's a bit of a tough one to land, but you kind of have to really put the pressure on Lich, or else she'll do this against you and put you in a corner like a lost box of kittens. Oh. That just me going greedy though for the melee interactions. And keep up the pressure though with Flower Dash. It's a delete, but pressing basic a bit too much. But my trusty butterflies, I can always trust butterflies. They always got my back. Lich melee. It looks easy sometimes, but when I fail, it's like pretty obvious. It's real tough with Lich's slow movement speed. Oh, Cherry had the read on me. Actually, that was very good basic. You know, I was trying to micro everything, so it made it unmicroable. I feel like Cherry's giving me a wide berth at the start of the round, so I've hit a pretty free flower chart at the beginning, but you can stop it with if you dump a focus kunai on top of me, and that just stops me from charging. A big part of this matchup is how well you deal with Lich running in your face. Because when I run in your face, you back up to the wall, and then I've just got all this space for free. But Cherry's calling out my movement better now. And although I have all the space now, it cost me 2 hearts. Cherry is caught on surprisingly quick to when I want to micro and when I can just go around. GG. Those were a good games. I was on the ropes a couple times with the last heart.
Ali against Silly Gamer.
Alright, Valley on the arc. Sealy on the Sun. This is interesting. I haven't seen Sealy's Sun very often. Assume they'd play like Worm or something. But they do play like every character. So this makes sense. Valley forced the clock there. But Valley's, I believe, pretty familiar with the Sun matchup, so this will be a tough road for Sealy. Going for a Tipper Dispel. I was going some pretty like risky melees earlier. But let Dispel force out, it doesn't quite reach Valley. And a wide snipes them. Oh, wide sniping them. Valley's just holding the center screen pretty well. It does not hesitate to use clock just for the defense. A lot of people just greed and try to dodge it. But Valley taking the safer route. Not there though. The diamonds got him. The Sun basically just a tad bit more than he expected. He's got Moon to escape the Dispel and lands a clock when Dispel is down. That's huge. That's huge. Silly can't dispel away these debuffs and is essentially crippled for the next 10 seconds or so. Doesn't manage to score a hit off it though. And suddenly Valley on the ropes despite looking pretty dominant earlier. Spending a few too many hearts for that dominance. Doesn't quite manage to escape the diamonds, just that last wave. Landing straight debuffs is so huge in this matchup. Since Clock usually just trades with the Dispel, the stray debuffs are huge. If you get enough of them, forcing a Dispel, then you can go for a Clock and just get a guaranteed hit. Probably doing a good job of landing these debuffs while Sealy's diamond spamming, but sometimes pays the price for it. Despite not landing the Clock directly, manages to get a solid 5 debuffs, forcing out that Dispel. And Fowley takes it. Game 1. What was it? Oh. What is Sealy switching to? They got a lot of options here. He's going to the Arc Mirror. That's a decision of all time. Mirrors are pretty good to crack the more solo main aligned people, I think, since they can't exploit their opponents the way they normally do, since they're the same tools. Fowler's pretty practiced at the mirror though. Despite taking a hit there, he's still in the lead in heart count. Overall, Fowley just had more center stage control in this match, but he gets hit by the Clock. Oh. Fortunately, Celia a little early on that moon gets deleted. Still managed to hit with the basic. Little gap on the wall. So the defensive clocking, but Fowley with the long range clock managing to clock inside the clock. Fowley taking the first card. That was a crazy read by Fowley, but the basic was slightly off and managing to hit Sealy right before that basic was about to land. Saving Fowley from the Fowley choosing to bonk on the moon over taking a clock. Probably a wise decision. I'd do that too. You do not want to be fighting Arc with 60 buffs on you. Has to lead into more, which is really annoying. I'll manage to land a clock at the very top of the screen. That's not a tight timing, but Fowley proves his skill in the mirror and pulls it out over the jump scare.
Starfish and Shalloper haven't finished.
Oh, their set must be going crazy. Oh, okay. Starfish.
So what are you saying? Sorry.
Oh, Fally says they played.
Who's the winner? Because they didn't update the score.
I can put that in. Starfish 2-0 over Shadow Pellet.
Right. Wanna stream this round 2?
I think we can stream losers round 2. Go with Cherry Starfish.
Silly and E2 offline then?
We can stream both of them. You know, we haven't seen Starfish on stream yet. Pretty new player, but judging from the avatar, I predict a Lich. I hope so. I love Lich.
Why did he start? Bros, I was watching.
No, they went so fast. But I managed to get in though.
I can't really use Discord, but
Oh, Starfish getting caught by the unfocused kunai right in between the base. That's a tough one to dodge. Like, gonna have to dodge that in advance. They're definitely playing very it's afraid of the kunai. Like, that stuff's tough to dodge, especially on Lich. When a lot of the time you're forced to go between the basics.
okay.
Alright, they went back to spec. You can join up now. There we go. Alright, we have another Hood vs Lich. My beloved matchup. Starfish going for a wide butterfly round start. It's a bit of a riskier startup. Definitely not one I would use against Hood unless you're super confident. Yeah, the round start's just so huge in this matchup. Like having like a flower that's 50% bigger is actually a game changer. Starfish opting to go between the unfocused kunais. Followed by a stray laser. It's actually pretty tough to see the hood wides under the lich wides sometimes. Just running into a few of those. Starfish is insane. Going through those unfocused bases like that, they're cracked. Big respect. Starfish playing pretty passive. This does work actually, but unfortunately Starfish can't hold out long enough and falls to the hood. Pressure, relentless, even at long range. Good showing actually from a new face. On hood, we're seeing a lot of hoods in this bracket today. So E2 fares against the hood gauntlet that is Sealy. So he's playing pretty surprisingly aggressively, but he's clipped by a waffle there. Closing in, E2 really unable to get her out of the center, but almost lands a tipper. Fortunately, trying to tip her hood is so tough with the high movement speed and the kunai to escape it and vanish. And E2 falls pretty quick card 1. So pressing basic at an unfortunate time. Sun basic very good at punishing bad button presses. Diamonds too, no vanish to cross the diamonds with. E2 opting for the dispel. Like I said before, using defensive when you need to is very important. You know, I myself would probably just greed for a dodge that would. It's not necessarily the game-winning move. But E2, unfortunately, no defensive this time. Gets caught out by the hood pressure in the corner. Sending the Sealy depth into the sun. Sealy on a mission to play every character in the entire cast in this tournament. Very respectable. going for the going for the round start basic against Sun is kind of crazy since if that didn't land, there's a good chance Sun base gonna punish that. That shotgun. This can be tough for depth sometimes if since depths all of depth's button presses are pretty slow. Imagine to escape that on basic. E2 with the dispel, but running right into the shotgun. Managing to dodge the diamonds, and the bubble gets so big that E2 can't even get out of it. Overzealous on the diamond dodge. It's kind of hard to dodge with the slower characters, since you can't really cross the second layer of diamonds as effectively. Just barely managing to escape the Sun basic after whiffing a shotgun. The shotgun in the corner will seal it for that game.
It's your turn against Fali.
Yeah, this is best of 5. Winners finals. Ali is channeling the reverse sweep against me. We'll see if that works out. Herkulish, the round start will make or break this game. Let's see what he does. We managed to land that against him. Really unfortunate round start for him. Whiffing clock is probably the second worst outcome aside from getting clock parried. But now he has clock, so I have to play a bit carefully, make sure I don't get suddenly hit with 60 buffs. That position right there is when Moon's coming down, but I use the flower dash to avoid it. Deals with clock pretty well, baits it out. And there, Fally clocked a bit long range, and I managed to snipe him with it. Oh, I went for the clock parry and missed it. That's a really bad run start for me. Starting 2 hearts down, not what I want to see. Paralyze that. That was lingering for quite a while. Hesitating to go through that wide. Managed to land a basic. And suddenly... take game 1. No risk this time. Just going for the safe, stable flower dash round start. Dodging the clock. waiting for Moon to come out so I can position differently. She's doing an excellent job of dodging all these and managing to almost clock me, but luckily Flower Dash came in clutch, saving my ass. No clock for a bit, letting me get some extra space. Probably trying to set up for a clock there, but I don't really let him do that. And the sudden cage match of the wide butterfly into the slight basic, repositioned, manages to take that. Unfortunately, I'm pushed against the wall. That is very bad for me. Since I have to play around potentially getting clocked. I opted to hold flower and try to greed for a dodge, but even though I got hit, I think this is better. Flower dash is pretty crucial to dodging the clock. Case in point right there, but unfortunately the close range wides got me. Very tight dodge around these wides. But slowly but surely I'm getting some space back. Albeit taking a few debuffs I would rather not have. And the safe, stable game plan prevails as I make it back from last heart for the longest time. Fali's channeling the reverse sweep. Oh, I got hard red on that round start. He was going for the clock parry and just countered me with the basic. But I don't see that very often from arcs. It looked like I managed to slip under a gap in that basic. The counter is Russian with the flower. Oh, there was nowhere I could go there. That was really unfortunate, and I'm still in the corner. Trying to escape the corner is lich is a Herculean task. But at least I didn't get clocked. Yeah, both of us leaving that melee scrap unscathed, but oh, okay. That was a tough one. The moon was actually covering the whole thing. I was pretty dead there. Oh, he landed the confuse. But that that flower lingering a tad too long. And Fally loses. Good showing though. That's a tough matchup.
Next is Cherry again.
This is best of 3, right? Now we'll see who Sealy will pick. There is still a good portion of the cast. And go with the Storm Beast against Hood. That's an interesting pick. Maybe Sealy's feeling the Storm Beast today. So he's going crazy on the aggression. Even burning Flash Step to do it. So they're recognizing that Cherry can't really move and closing it in with the melee, but unfortunately it lands on a wide. Age-old classic. She's choosing to go for the micro, but Stormbeast speed launches him straight into a wide. Yeah, so they're really choosing to just wall, hold their ground, using Flash Step to delete a wave of kunais so that they can just keep walling from the same spot. Some shades of QP here. But Cherry holds strong against the Storm Beast, managing to get the first card off. And starting the second round with a pretty strong start, landing 2 hits. Yeah, unfortunately for Silly, the clones started separated. The second clone was just too late. Cherry, despite not looking optimistic about their chances initially, does manage to get the first game. Silly whipping out the worm, a known counter pick to the Hood. Immediate Novi Fire. That's reminds me of Shadow Pelt. Silly just not feeling it today, but manages to land the basic. Unfortunate Novi Fire there, but it should work out. Since they have it back now. So you're content to stay at range for now. I was thinking that it's pretty tough to close in on Hood when the walls are this big. Defensive Novi Fires gets clipped by the basic though. So they're just not able to get in. When they do get in, Cherry has a really hard time, but that's just one hit and it resets to neutral, and no. Worm is going in here. Yeah, opts for the Novi Fire. Goes to the unfocused kunais only to get tapped by the wide before it. Going for the melee. Holding on to Novi Fire. Since recognizing that the threat of Novi Fire is generally keeping Cherry in the corner, having trouble crossing up. Lands a laser while Cherry's in the middle of a basic animation. Wow, that laser was going straight for Sealy, but manages to land a basic first. Sealy on tournament card and off to a shaky start with the wide hit. They get a wide hit of their own in the end, though. The walls are closing in. Novi fires off cooldown. Still landing a hit. He's still going for the Oki, but unfortunately gets hit by a basic. It's last heart. Let's see if Sealy can get in and Novi fire, but the vanish saving Cherry. But oh, the basic. Managing to get Cherry. Cherry was so close, but it's still got one more game. Cherry could still take this. Silly with the Lich, that's crazy. Let's see Sealy's Lich. I have heard by, I believe, Sealy's own admission that Lich is one of their weaker characters. But Hood Lich is pretty tough for Hood once you get to a certain point. Sealy also opting for the wide round start. But they're making it work since they managed to avoid the initial Hood pressure. So opting to build their setup with multi-tap wides. Yeah, really going for that flower. Shades of Novi Fire coming in. But unfortunately, the flower is a bit smaller than Novi Fire. Just to swim around those kunai in that tight spot. And this has got a pretty solid setup here. And it manages to take the first card off Cherry. Starflower. Steely is definitely a more defensive setup builder. Opting for the outlasting Cherry strategy over the get him now strategy, but take back my word. Cherry in the corner, forcing out Vanish. But he definitely knows that he has to cross up. But now they're back in the same corner with no Vanish. Oh, sniped on the flower charge. Hate to see it. Classic Lich moment. Oh, that's a devastating setup. Luckily, Cherry has vanished. Silly. Doesn't have the other side covered quite yet, but with one flower that changes everything and manages to pull out the game three against Cherry. Well done. That was a good showing by Cherry, actually. Like they say, not even close, but game three is still close. Silly metagaming a bit for the better mental. I do respect it. Pre-tournament prep is like a big thing I do. Make sure you've got a bottle of water, you've had a snack, taken a shower, aired out your room, that kind of thing. Make sure you've got a good night's sleep. Practicing self-care is the secret to winning M&S tournaments. This is a little known fact I will tell the audience. Silly going with the worm this time. Historically a pretty good matchup into Arg, but Fally likes this matchup. Fally is able to react to the Novi Fire with Clock, which I think changes the dynamic insanely hard. Managed to land a basic there. Fortunately, the earlier Novi Fire didn't quite land. Wow, opting to micro all of those basics and the laser, shooting out basic of their own on the slowdown. And finally recognizing that a basic wouldn't land, opts for a debuff instead. Paralysis is absolutely devastating for Worm. Probably just really good at microing these basics actually. I generally have a hard time myself microing, but he makes it look easy. Unfortunately, that's a moon falling from the sky. And Fally using the basic to force Steely off the edge so that it's a guaranteed hit, but unfortunate Novi Fire for Fally. Very fortunate for Steely. Because that moon was gonna definitely hit Steely, but the close range wides, catching the lateral movement from Steely. Well done. Well done, Fally. Taking the first game off to a strong start. Plan C. What could Plan C be? There's, I believe, one character we haven't seen from Sealy. We'll see if we see it or if Sealy goes with a. And we do see it. The Frost. Sealy has played all 8 characters. Now, we haven't seen Fally played against too many Frosts, but we do know that The winner of the first Unbound was Coyote, which is a Frost, and Fally is generally the favorite to win for Unbound too. So we'll see if Fally's got that. Are they better than the first Unbound winner? It's going to be a tougher matchup for Fally this time around. Already taking 3 hearts. But not as practice against Frost's more tricky movement and the stun wave. Yeah, trading stun wave for clock. Fally only getting like 1 or 2 debuffs. But in exchange doesn't get hit by the stun wave. Very good micro on the close range basic there. She to take card 1 though, despite all of that, and silly wish stun wave and eats a para. That's pretty bad. And confuse is it's really good against Frost, since most of her offense is concentrated on the basic, and basic just misses it all. And there as well, the death toll, despite not even being out, is like a psychological pressure for a lot of players. They don't want to be in that death toll. Astar can Sealy take this with the Frost. Valley recognizing that they can catch the stun wave there with the clock, and that seals it for that game. Plan X. What is Plan X? Back on Lich. This is an interesting option. Since while this is a kind of a tougher matchup for Lich because of the debuffs, Fally is not too practiced in this. But Fally's doing well. Fally's managing to keep Celia to one side of the screen so far. And landing a clock, that's absolutely detrimental for Lich, especially Lich. Now she is essentially helpless for 10 seconds. And yeah, that clock. Yeah, presses wide when the basic is coming. Wide slowdown is difficult to manage at the best of times. Paralyzed in the corner, the moon. Fally doing a good job of holding pressure so that Celia can't just get out. Flower saving Celia from the first moon, but is too slow to dodge the second moon and manages to take the set. Oh. Was expecting the storm.
Finals.
Grand finals. Valley about to face another Lich, unfortunately for him. But maybe that warm-up might be the game changer. Valley showing they can scrap with the best of them despite being a relatively new player compared to most of the other bracket. That was a very interesting interaction there. Ooh. Despite getting hit during the clock, Fally still manages to land a few debuffs. Pretty bad ones from you too, but at this stage of the game, at least I didn't get hit by Mini. That would have been even worse. Going for the moon deletion for just so I can get my setup online faster. It's a prime time for a read, but unfortunately, Fally's getting better at out reading my round starts, so I've been generally playing it safer. A slight charge flower is pretty nice in this matchup. Since you don't get those often, getting spammed by debuffs is pretty awful. A rare time for multi-tap wide since Fally was on the other side and I didn't want to risk approaching. And the basic scared him off into a wide there. Give me the first game. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Ah, geez, that was ridiculous. I couldn't escape that. The wide on top of me into Moon just kind of wrecked me, but man, I managed to bait up the clock there, which is huge. I managed to get the mid-range basic. Oh, sandwiched right between the moon and clock, so I couldn't have dodged it. Yeah, a lot of times people get scared into just standing still when I suddenly butterfly wide on top of them. Oh, that's... Paralysis is pretty huge here. That's another moment where Valley got scared into standing still and pressure's getting to him. Oh, but manages to recognize I wanted to cover that and shot a basic ahead of time. Runs into the flower while I got all the debuffs on me. A bit of a fumble, but he's still got one game. Taking a second to perhaps reset his mental. Oh, this time he lands the round star claw. That's huge. That's devastating. He gets clocked back enough to clock me again. I don't have flower this time, so it's going to be tough for me to survive. Oh, he managed to land it. Ali running to the basics, aimed slightly behind him. Unfortunate, but Ali is not the winner of this melee scrap. Still managed to land a hit though, after getting hit himself. It is crazy how huge clock bait is in this matchup, since the difference between being crippled and not crippled, and my basic down the alleyway takes that game. Good showing by Fowley though. GG's. Oh, hello, PokePals in the chat. Unfortunately, Fowley did not win despite your cheering. But you definitely could have had it. Fowley is a pretty new player, all things considered. And if they're this good in like just a couple months, imagine a year of experience. Oh boy. Have to deal with the arc matchup once again.
Alright, here are the results. 7th place goes in Shadowpert, 5th place goes to Starfish and E2, 4th place goes to Cherry, 3rd place Silly Gamer, 2nd to Ali, our champion Game Freak. See, champion. Who won last time?
It was QP. Yeah, unfortunate QP couldn't make it out today, but we'll get him next time.
Just need to. Champions. Alright, that's everything done with. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had fun. It's a shame the first disconnect and the second where they started before I could spectate. It's terrible. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's all. It was
Right, thank you everyone for joining then. GG's, I'll see you next
unfortunate
time.
I haven't, but still,
Yeah,
GG's.
the next time is gonna be 16. I'll probably stream that one as well. I think Modfan is be able to stream December. I'll be going on a holiday then. Be able to stream for 2 weeks.
Okay.
See if you can Christmas.
Okay, that's fine.
See ya everyone. Bye bye.